In 2092, that's exactly 81 years from now, forests vanish, deserts spread, fading sun and acidic soil cause plants disappear. The earth is almost uninhabitable. Okay, this looks futuristic. I wonder if the world would actually look like this 81 years from now. Our protagonist, Kim Tae-ho, has appeared with a bag of rice in exchange for money. In the situation where the forest and the plants disappear, obviously rice is scarce and valuable. 2 minutes in, have you guys noticed something off? These people are communicating in different languages, but they have no issue at all. It's revealed that they have real-time translator. We don't know what Tae-ho does yet, but this guy does seem like an underdog and a bit desperate for money. Here we've got a clue that he's looking for a young girl, based on what we have known so far. The girl is super important to him that he spends most of his belongings to find her.
On Earth. I think she's already drifted too far.
Tae-ho is in Korea. How can I tell? That's the statue of Admiral Lee Sun-shin.
Hi.
Now, let's meet our antagonist. The 152-year-old founder of UTS, James Sullivan. He's enthusiastic about what he's doing. But how can such a kind, soft-spoken man a villain? Well, don't judge a book by its cover. This man is an evil dictator who is ideologically possessed by his own philosophy of futurism.
Human beings are dirty. Their crimes against nature are.
In the story, space sweepers are those who collect space debris. Meet the crew members of the spaceship Victory, the best space sweeping team. Captain Zhang was part of an anti-UTS group and who attempted and almost succeeded to assassinate Sullivan. Tiger Park is a former drug lord who fled from Earth after being sentenced to death. Bubs, a former military robot who wants to get a skin graft to look like a human female. And, of course, along with our protagonist Kim Tae-ho, they are a team. But as good as a team for debris chases, they also fight a lot. Of course, over money.
Remaining balance 0.
While repairing the spaceship, Tae-ho finds a little girl inside a tank. Dorothy, or Kunnim, as her Korean name. A human-like android wanted by UTS Space Courts. The team sets up a plan to demand a ransom of $2 million in exchange. While getting ready to head over at the 32nd Commercial District, Club Ghost at 2 p.m. to hand over Dorothy, the crew gets into a trouble with the police. The police officer won't let them go and keep pestering.
Jeg vidste ikke, at man må gro planter ombord på vores rumskib nu.
선생님?
He catches Park giving signs to Dorothy inside the chamber. The door cracks open. There's no one inside. Dorothy, or from now on I will call her Kunnim, is a smart kid. She hides inside a closet. But the crew wouldn't stay out of trouble without the sharp witness of Captain Zhang, accusing him of taking bribes.
못하겠으면 그냥 꺼져 이 등신아.
Club Ghost, 2 p.m. They finally arrive. As promised, the guy brings $2 million in cash. Only he finds out that Gonnim is gone.
당신들 뭐야?
She's lost in a sea of clubbers. The crowd recognizes her from the warning right away. The UTS agents start firing at the crowd. Gonnim counterattacks the laser gunshot by her superpower, Thankfully, they escaped this time. Gonnim timidly asked Taeho for a pair of scissors, rejected outright and bluntly at first. He gives it a second thought. Turns out that she asked for scissors to harvest the tomatoes that she revives earlier. Their relationship takes a new turn when the two of them go to sell the tomatoes.
아, 고맙습니다. 아니, 저 뒤로 새치기 하지 말고. 네, 조심히 가세요. 머리 이렇게 붙이고 먹냐? 고개 돌려봐.
Gonnim starts to form deeper connections with other members of the crew, but does some makeup for her. Here, the backstory of Taeho is revealed.
아빠 노래.
The girl that he was trying to find at the beginning was his adopted daughter, Suni.
신발 신을 때 빨래할 때도
The guy who offered $2 million for Gonnim reaches their contact. They're going for an exchange again. At the same time, Captain Jang is inspecting a notebook belonging to Kang Hyun-woo, which describes details of the nanobot technology. Gonnim is kidnapped by a black mask abductor.
I won't let you take her.
눈 떠.
These are not your taxes. Pay up.
People who try to kidnap her are the Black Foxes. The true identity of Gonnim is discovered. She's a human, not an android, and she's the daughter of Kang Hyun-woo, a nano-robotic scientist. She got a congenital disease that destroys her nervous system that the only cure was to inject nanobots into her body. Not only that she recovers, but also she becomes a miracle superhuman that could work on recovering the Earth. Possessing such superpower, Sullivan sees her as a threat of his plan to wipe out humanity on Earth. Sullivan and the UTS plan a mass genocide on Earth, triggering a hydrogen bomb inside the factory's anti-gravity engine, blowing Gonnim into subatomic particles. Then, the factory would crash to Earth. At the same time, the UTS soldiers break in and attack the space whippers to track down Gonnim. Taeho and Gonnim almost get away from the eyes of the UTS, but disclose at the last minute.
I got a 20 endorsed.
At such hanging by a thread moment, how did they make it out of the space whipping station to see Gonnim's father, Hyun-woo? The answer is teamwork. 2/3 of the movie, the relationship of Sullivan and Taeho is finally revealed. Taeho is the only adoptee carried into UTS by Sullivan.
$23 벌었어.
Gonnim is briefly reunited with her father, but soon after that, Sullivan orders to kill everyone except the Victory's crew. Taeho faces a moral dilemma, whether to take the money and try to find his daughter, or to go along with his crewmates and rescue Gonnim. What drives him to choose to rescue Gonnim in the end? Will Taeho, Captain Jang, Tiger Park, and Bubs be able to defeat Sullivan's tyranny and rescue more than 3 billion lives on Earth? If you want to find out, check out the movie for more details. It's available on Netflix, and see you guys next time. Goodbye.